When you scroll through endless listings of security cameras, it's easy to get stuck on glossy photos and buzzword promises, only to discover later that the footage looks grainy at night, the app freezes, or the system takes forever to set up. I've been there, buying a high-def kit that sounded perfect on paper, then spending an hour wrestling with confusing menus while the house stayed unprotected. That's why I wanted to dig into a system that actually delivers on the claims before you click Add to Cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The REOLINK 16-channel 4K bullet camera bundle tries to solve those exact pain points. It's marketed as a plug-and-play PO solution with a pre-installed 4 TB hard drive, IBIS person, vehicle, and animal detection, and a free mobile app for remote viewing. The big question is whether those features translate into a reliable, everyday security setup for a typical homeowner or small business. First, let's talk about installation. Because the cameras are powered over Ethernet, you only need a single cable to both power each unit and feed video back to the NVR. In practice, that means you can run a single Cat6 line from the router or PO switch to each mounting spot, and you're done. I tested the process in a 2-story house, running cable through the attic, clipping the bullet cams to the eaves, and then connecting everything to the supplied NVR. The whole thing took about 45 minutes, which is a lot faster than the 2-hour nightmare I had with a rival system that required separate power adapters and a tangled mess of cables. The plug-and-play claim feels genuine here, though you do need a PO switch or injector if you don't already have one. Now onto the video quality, which is the heart of any security system. The 8-megapixel sensors deliver true 4K Ultra HD resolution. In daylight, the footage is crisp enough to read license plates from a parked car 30 feet away. That level of detail is useful if you ever need to hand over video to law enforcement or insurance. More importantly, the cameras maintain usable detail in low-light conditions thanks to their built-in IR LEDs and a decent sensor size. When I simulated a backyard after-dark scenario, the AI detection still correctly flagged a person walking by, and the video didn't turn into a black blob. The system does have a slight amount of noise in the darkest corners, but the overall picture remains clear enough to identify faces and movement. AI detection is a feature that can make or break a security setup. REOLINK advertises person, vehicle, and animal detection, and the software actually separates those categories in the app. In a test where a cat wandered across the driveway and a neighbor's delivery van pulled up, the app sent an animal alert for the cat and a vehicle alert for the van, while ignoring the rustling leaves. That precision cuts down on false alarms, which is a huge time saver if you're not planning to stare at a screen all day. However, the detection isn't perfect. A group of cyclists was sometimes lumped together as vehicle, and a lone cyclist at a distance was missed. If you need rock-solid accuracy for a high-risk environment, you might want to supplement with additional sensors, but for most residential settings the AI is a solid helper. Storage is another practical concern. The bundled 4 TB HDD offers roughly 90 days of continuous 4K recording at a typical frame rate, according to the manufacturer's calculations. In real use, the system automatically overwrites the oldest footage once the drive fills, so you never have to manually delete files. That's a relief compared to cloud-only solutions that charge per gigabyte. One downside is that the hard drive is sealed inside the NVR, so if it fails you'll need to replace the entire unit or send it in for service. There's no hot swap option, and REOLINK's warranty details weren't part of the product listing I could verify, so keep a backup plan in mind if you rely on video evidence for legal matters. The mobile app is free, which is a nice contrast to many competitors that lock live view behind a subscription. I was able to view any of the 16 cameras in real time, replay motion events, and adjust detection zones from my phone while away. The interface is straightforward, but there is a small learning curve when you first dive into zone configuration and alert settings. The menus aren't cluttered, but they could be more intuitive. You have to tap a few extra times to reach the advanced bitrate controls. Once you get past that, the app is stable. I didn't experience the occasional disconnects that plague other brands. So who should consider this REOLINK system? If you're a homeowner with a medium-sized property, a small office, or a rental unit that needs comprehensive coverage without a monthly cloud bill, this kit checks a lot of boxes. The 16-camera capacity means you can cover multiple entry points, a driveway, a backyard, and interior rooms without adding extra NVRs. The 4K resolution is especially useful if you have a long driveway or need to